All right, well, let's talk about the another issue that's before the legislature during the lame duck session, how to fix Michigan's crumbling roads. We've talked about this. You know, Governor Snyder is making a public push for a major road funding proposal. He took his campaign on the road this week. So how much more video of the governor in a hard hat are we going to see over the next few weeks before we have some kind of agreement on a road funding package? But the truck weight part of that got taken out this week. That's a no.
Well, I mean, what they were trying to do, in my opinion, what they were trying to do with truck weights was the wrong approach. I don't think.
What do you think they should have done?
I don't think you deal with limiting weights because that doesn't really solve your problem. I mean, yes, it gets a heavier truck off the road, but then you're just dividing that load among more trucks, so now your usage goes up in terms of how many trucks are on the roads. I think there the smart approach would have been to fine trucks for heavy weights, right? Make you pay. If you're going to bring a heavy load through Michigan, you're going to pay more for it. So those bills were, I think, headed in the wrong direction. Anyway, we still do need to talk about truck weights, and I think the governor wants to do that. Right now, he seems content to push through what we've got from the Senate as a start, raise about $1.5 billion. But I think even if he gets that, we'll see him come back to it again.
But the one thing that bill did, the truck weight bill did, was recognize the public sentiment here. There is no public sentiment for raising the gas tax without addressing some of these other issues, because people believe truck weights are beating the roads to death. I don't know if that's true or not, but we should find out. They believe that, you know, the quality of the work is not as good here as it is in other places. We should address that issue. They believe that, you know, there's enough money coming in and we're just misspending it. All those things should be addressed as part of this road bill package, because there is no public support for it. I do believe we're going to get a road bill in lame duck, though. I think it'll come down to the wire, but you know, I'm not sure the public's going to rally to it.
All right, real quick, in the short time that we have left, we want to talk about the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act and the fact that that has gone nowhere. Stephen, tell us how it all kind of happened.
Well, I mean, I think you had a bill that it divided people because it was not going to include transgender folks. You had a lot of people rallying, though, around the idea of expanding Elliott Larson to cover sexual orientation of some kind. I think at the last minute, the supporters of the bill have decided, of the idea of expanding it, have decided that they can't do it without everybody.
Not the supporters, some supporters.
Some supporters.
I mean, sort of the Tea Party wing of the Democratic Party. I mean, you had a Republican legislature ready to sign off on adding the word sexual orientation to the Civil Rights Act. That was huge. The business community that was the other half of this coalition thought they had a victory, and you have the ACLU just simply shot itself in the foot. Wanting the perfect, they killed the possible, because this is not going to come up again.
I was going to say, so this will not come around again.
I think it'd be very hard to get it back. I got to say that from a moral perspective, I think they're right. That the concern here is that somebody will be left out, and I don't think if you're the ACLU, you can't afford. I think to say it's okay to not discriminate against these people, but to discriminate against
how would they have been left out if you put the word sexual orientation in there? You could stretch that to cover a whole lot of things. And I believe the courts would have interpreted sexual orientation to cover transgender. They had a chance here to do something
and they blew that.
They haven't been able to do in 20 years and won't be able to do for another 5 or 10.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. That is going to do it for MiWeek. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you find us at MiWeek.org and on Facebook and on Twitter. I'm Christy McDonald. For all of us at Detroit Public TV, we will see you next week. Take care.